Zero-shot and few-shot prompting guide Claude's actions. They determine how much direction Claude receives up front. For CCA readiness, consistency matters most. Production prompts are judged by repeatability and control. They must also support reliable failure recovery. Anthropic's workflow starts with clear success criteria. It includes empirical testing and a draft prompt first. Optimization comes after initial validation. The key skill is knowing when to use direct instruction, knowing when examples become essential for reliability. The bottleneck isn't lack of intelligence in Claude, it's that bare instructions leave key details implicit. Format, tone, edge cases, and decision standards are often unclear. Anthropic warns against fixing every failure with prompt tuning. Latency and cost may be better addressed through model selection. The architect must diagnose the failure first. Don't add complexity before understanding the root issue. If the task is underspecified, use zero-shot clarity. If behavior is drifting, introduce examples. Claude Zero-shot prompting is the cleanest contract. It includes task, context, constraints, and output. For Claude, it works when rules are obvious and answers are standard. The cost of an example exceeds its value. In such cases, a strong zero-shot prompt names the user goal clearly. It defines what success looks like. It limits unnecessary assumptions. It specifies the final response format. This becomes the baseline every later prompt must beat. It is not a shortcut for weak design or vague intent. Use zero-shot when speed and simplicity matter most. Generalization often beats stylistic precision in these cases. Classification with clear labels works well with minimal setup. Short summaries benefit from straightforward instructions. Routing decisions need little to no example scaffolding. Simple transformations thrive with direct prompts. Direct Q&A tasks perform best with explicit guidance. Claude responds well to clear, specific instructions. Output constraints help guide accurate responses. If rules are obvious, examples add noise and delay. Extra examples increase token count and complexity. They also raise latency and maintenance effort. More examples can cause confusion and harder debugging. The lesson is harsh but true. Less is often more. The move to few-shot begins when zero-shot outputs are technically correct but operationally unstable. The model varies the format. It follows the task yet misses subtle policy boundaries. It understands the request but sounds wrong for the brand. It answers the question yet fails the rubric. These are not knowledge failures. They are pattern failures. At that moment, examples stop being decoration. They become calibration data, embedded directly inside the prompt, visible to the model as precedent. Few-shot prompting teaches through demonstrations. It uses examples instead of more rules. Anthropic says examples are reliable for steering Claude's output. They help control format, tone, and structure. Well-crafted examples improve accuracy and consistency. Each example compresses an expectation into a miniature precedent. It includes input, reasoning boundary, decision, and final output. The model no longer guesses the target shape. It matches a pattern under controlled conditions. Repeated pressure and exam scrutiny guide its behavior. Claude learns by matching these patterns. A CCA-ready example set is relevant, diverse, and structured. It mirrors real-world use cases closely. It covers edge cases effectively. It avoids accidental patterns in the data. Examples are wrapped in clear example tags. This helps Claude distinguish demos from instructions. 3 to 5 examples are recommended for best results. One normal case shows typical behavior. One boundary case tests limits. One failure case handles errors. One exception covers rare scenarios. One gold standard response defines excellence. This avoids overfitting the prompt. The architectural choice isn't zero-shot versus few-shot as ideology. It's a routing decision based on task characteristics. Start with zero shot when the task is common and straightforward. Use zero shot when output shapes is simple and failures are rare. Escalate to few shot when the task requires tacit judgment. Use few shot when examples define quality better than prose. Switch to few shot when edge cases keep failing repeatedly. Then compress the examples. Keep only those that actually change behavior. Every extra token must earn its place in the architecture. Every token must fit within the budget. Prompt patterns become exam ready only when they survive evaluation. Test the zero-shot baseline first and collect failures. Group failures by their underlying cause. Add examples only where they fix a repeated defect. Retest for accuracy, consistency, and format stability. Also check cost and latency after each change. This prevents the prompt from turning into a junk drawer of fixes. The best architects add examples only when evidence demands it. They don't add them just because they feel helpful. The final shift is mental. Zero shot is instruction design. Few shot is behavior design. The CCA candidate must know which lever controls the failure without overbuilding the prompt. Direct instructions create speed and clarity. Examples create pattern, stability, and judgment transfer. Together, they form a disciplined prompting system. Begin simple, measure honestly, add demonstrations surgically, preserve reliability under production pressure. That is prompt engineering as architecture, not prompt writing as guesswork or superstition.